Hey guys, today is Tuesday and it's going to be kind of a busy day. There's a lot of little assignments going on here. So make sure the first thing you do is your PDN. You should have been doing these now for a couple of days. It's in place of the attendance assignment. It was recommended that we start doing a little bell ringer type of deal. So that's where these came into it at. You do get points for getting them correct. What is the monomer of a carbohydrate called? This is part of your vocab actually, so hopefully you do remember. It should be some type of saccharide. Think about the prefix di or the prefix mono. Which one of those would mean one? That's the answer that you are looking for. And then you'll want to hit submit at the bottom there. So getting back into Tuesday. Next is your Chapter 3 vocab quiz. If you would like to go back over those terms, they are located, let's see here, back in week 6. They are right here, vocab slides and video from Wednesday the 14th. So you can click on those and just go to the regular slides, the PDF version. And if you need help doing your bell ringer, your PDN, that will also be right there for you. You'll get the answer. So here's our Chapter 3 vocab. This is what you should see as soon as it opens up. It'll be a matching quiz, and you have 2 attempts at it. So it'll be the same exact term with the definition. Monomers, polymers made up of many monomers. Macromolecules, there are 4 different types. Condensation reaction is when you're building things up and you're giving off water. Hydrolysis is where you're breaking things apart using water. ATP is going to be that molecule used for energy. Carbohydrate is short-term energy. Monosaccharide is the monomer of a carbohydrate. Protein is the building blocks for living things. Amino acid, these are the monomers of proteins. Lipids are long-term energy. Phospholipids are lipids that make up the cell membrane. Nucleic acids are molecules that store and transport important information. And DNA is going to be a nucleic acid that contains important characteristics. It contains important information that determines characteristics. It doesn't contain characteristics. And then this is that little game. So if you wanted to go through and just play that one on your own, the correct answer is going to follow it. So I would highly suggest doing that before you take your test. Once you are done with the quiz, which will probably take you all of like 5 or 6 minutes, we're moving on down here to this flowchart foldable. So when you click on that, this is going to be part of your notebook check. So you will need to turn this in, and you'll probably want to have 2 screens open, one so that you can see what I'm doing, and the second one so that you can fill yours out along with mine. So your assignment should pop up right here, and it will look just like this. You have the macromolecule, monomer, function, and the polymer. Now you're going to be able to use this on your Chapter 3 test, so really make sure you do fill that out. So we know we have 4 different macromolecules. We have a carbohydrate, a protein, I spelled that one wrong, a lipid, and a nucleic acid. So the monomer of a carbohydrate, hopefully you remember that from just doing it in your PDN, it's a monosaccharide. The function is going to be short-term energy. And the polymers for that one are going to be 2 types of saccharides, but we're going to change the prefix there. We're going to have a disaccharide and a polysaccharide. So that would be 2 monosaccharides together. Poly is going to be many monosaccharides together. The next one is a protein. Now, proteins are the building blocks of structures. Oops, that's their function. Sorry, guys. The monomer of a protein is an amino acid. And the polymers have a little bit of a different name. They're called dipeptides or polypeptide. We're going to keep that same prefix, but the suffix, the ending, is going to be different. And lipids. The monomer of a lipid is a fatty acid. A lot of people get proteins and lipid monomers confused because they both have the term acid in them. Remember, lipids are fats, so that should help you out. The function is going to be long-term energy. And the polymers, there's 4 different ones. Sorry about that, bell. Waxes. There's probably going to be another bell popping up here for the late bell. Triglycerides, steroids, and phospholipids. Phospholipid was one of your vocab terms. The other ones we hit in the notes. The last one is a nucleic acid, and the monomer is a nucleotide. The function is to store genetic information. And the polymers are going to be DNA and RNA. So that is going to be the flow chart that you are going to want to turn in for this here assignment. Now, if you're in class, in person, you're going to be making a foldable. So yours is going to look different than the one on here. So it will not help you out to do this one. It's not an either or. If you're in class, you do the foldable. If you're remote, you do the flow chart that I just filled out. Moving on. Probably the last thing we're going to do is this Molecules Gone Wild. I do have a 3.1 reading comprehension up here. I haven't yet decided if we will be doing that one or not, but it is here. It's 4 points. Let's look at this Molecules Gone Wild. You're going to be listening to a song and filling out the lyric sheet. So there's a word bank included, and I would definitely suggest turning on the closed captions to make it easier to understand him. He does kind of go fast, and if you have the words up on the screen, it makes it a lot easier than just trying to listen to what he's saying. These words are a little bit kooky and crazy, so that can be very confusing. You're not used to hearing things like that either. I have it opening up in its own window for you, so hopefully that works. This is what the lyrics sheet looks like. You have a word bank at the top, and that word bank is going to be, you'll fill out the words here. So there's a couple blanks, they are numbered for you. And then if you want to, you can actually go through and sing the song. It will help you on your test. No, I'm not going to be grading you on how well you sing, but it does talk about the monosaccharides, the polysaccharides, and the functions. So you're going to have the polymer, the monomers, and the functions of everything. So it definitely will help you out. I have the link to the song is that it right here. So whenever you click on that link, it will open up YouTube and you'll be brought up to a video. It's going to start off looking like this. So it does look a little bit uncharacteristic for a classroom, but this is actually made by a teacher. It's to Gangnam Style, but it's kind of interesting. It's a cute little song. I think you'll like it. I think everybody likes it, but they don't like to tell me that they like it. Once you get your Molecules Gone Wild lyrics turned in, you have a little additional time going ahead and do this 3.1 reading comprehension. If not, that will be under tomorrow's assignments for the kids in school. So you can either do it today or tomorrow. Regardless, it will get done. You've done reading comprehensions before. It's where you click on it, you read the paragraph, and then you answer the questions that follow. So an alcohol is an organic compound with a hydroxyl group attached to one of its carbon atoms. The hydroxyl group makes an alcohol a polar molecule. And there's the late bell for first period. The alcohol, ethanol, causes death in the liver and brain of humans. The alcohol methanol, also called wood alcohol, can cause blindness or even death when consumed. Some alcohols, however, are needed by an organism to carry out processes for their life. Humans, for example, need the alcohol glycerol to assemble certain molecules necessary for life. So what causes polarity in an alcohol? It's going to be up here in that second sentence. The hydroxyl group makes an alcohol a polar molecule. So you'd want to hit hydroxyl. What effect does methanol have on the body? Let's see. The alcohol methanol, also called wood alcohol, can cause blindness or even death. So we go with blindness and death, the first answer there. The prefix hydro means water. The suffix ate means having. Given this, what does the word hydrate mean? So no, hydro is water, ate is having. So hydro, water, having, which would be having water. Which alcohol is used by humans to assemble certain molecules necessary for life? Remember, that was in the very last sentence here. Humans, for example, need the alcohol glycerol to assemble certain molecules necessary for life. So you would go down here and find glycerol and then submit your quiz. And that is it for Tuesday. So it looks like a lot of assignments. They shouldn't take too long to do. And that is where I will leave you off. Tomorrow, we will carry on with Wednesday on our remote day. Talk to you guys later.